Hey there, tech enthusiasts and history buffs. Be ready for a mind-blowing journey through time. We're diving deep into the past to unearth incredible ancient inventions that will blow your circuits. That's right, folks. We're talking about technology so advanced it seems impossible for the period it was created in. From mysterious gadgets that might just be alien tech in disguise, to mind-boggling feats of engineering that would impress even modern scientists, this video has it all. So get ready to have your reality warped as we explore 15 ancient technologies far too advanced for their time. Number 1, the Antikythera mechanism. Imagine finding a super complex calculator in a shipwreck over 2,000 years old. That's exactly what happened with the Antikythera mechanism. This crazy device, built by the ancient Greeks, was an ancient computer made of bronze gears. Instead of crunching numbers, it tracked the stars and moon, and even predicted eclipses. It was like a super fancy astronomical clock, thousands of years ahead of its time. With dials and gears, it could even show you the date and when the next Olympics might be. The coolest part? This thing was insanely accurate, built with precision that wouldn't be seen again for over 1,000 years. It totally changed our ideas about what the Greeks were capable of. They were like ancient engineers with serious brains and some seriously cool gadgets. Number 2, Roman concrete. Could you think how long a super strong concrete lasts hundreds of years in the undersea? The answer is for a very long time. They used it in ancient Rome. Their secret? Ash volcano. Volcanic ash, lime, and pebbles made opus caementitium super concrete. Concrete helped them construct the Colosseum and massive aqueducts. The volcanic ash and other substances filled gaps and strengthened the concrete over time, almost like self-healing. They mixed waterproof concrete for ports according to the project. Knowing about Roman concrete has motivated current engineers to improve concrete. Next time you see a sturdy structure, it may be a Roman innovation. Number 3, the Pyramid of Electromagnetic Properties. The Great Pyramid of Giza may secretly concentrate electromagnetic radiation like a huge antenna. Scientists studied radio wave reflection off the pyramid using expensive computers. The pyramid may concentrate these waves into its chambers like a spotlight under specific circumstances. This is fascinating because it implies the ancient Egyptians knew more about science than we imagine. They may have discovered a cool pyramid form and energy interaction feature, even if they didn't comprehend it. Number 4, the lighting of Alexandria, an old flashlight. Think about a 330-foot tall lighthouse that has been leading ships for hundreds of years. The Lighthouse of Alexandria was that thing. It was really cool. During the day, a huge mirror reflected sunlight, and at night, it spread the light of a big fire far enough for ships to see. It couldn't be stopped by earthquakes, but we're still finding pieces of it today. So the next time you see a lighthouse, think about how cool its ancestor was. Number 5, paper. Imagine not using a pen and instead using a big reed. That's what the smart Egyptians did a very long time ago. The first paper, Sihul papyrus, was made by them, and it changed everything. This paper changed everything. It was better for writing anything you could think of because it was lighter than stone and easier to store than clay. People could finally say what they wanted, write down their past, and draw pictures, because who doesn't love a good drawing? In the old world, papyrus papers were like books. They were full of hieroglyphics, cool picture writing, and later languages like Greek and Arabic. Number 6, toothpaste and toothbrushes. As crazy as it may sound, the Egyptians brushed their teeth long before flossing existed. Even though their breath fresheners might not have been quite as minty as the ones we use now, they were the first people to really take care of their teeth. Not as gross as it sounds, but picture brushing your teeth with a stick dipped in a paste made of grit and ox hooves. That's what the Egyptians may have done a very long time ago. They thought it was important to keep their teeth clean and healthy, just like we do. Number 7, ancient Indian surgery. Sushruta, a famous surgeon from ancient India, was called the father of surgery. He penned what amounts to a super old medical handbook, the Sushruta Samhita, in the 6th century BCE. Sushruta detailed the very sophisticated surgical techniques of his day, including the removal of cataracts from the eyes, the repair of damaged noses, rhinoplasty, and the safe performance of C-sections during childbirth. Just think about it. Despite the lack of modern conveniences like anesthetics and sophisticated lasers, Suchrita's methods were revolutionary. The innovativeness and expertise of these ancient doctors are shown by this. Number 8. The south-pointing chariot. Have you heard about any vehicle that always heads in a particular direction? No, but there was a chariot that always heads south, despite its numerous bends. The south-pointing chariot, a 3 RD century CE Chinese creation, is amazing. Not your typical horse-drawn vehicle. The south-pointing chariot was a rolling compass. Its sophisticated gear system, like those in contemporary autos, pointed a figure, often a luxury doll, south consistently. This chariot proves that ancient Chinese were gear experts, even if nobody knew how it operated. They employed advanced mechanics to build this incredible gizmo. Quite impressive for a time before cell phones with maps. Number 9. The Olmec colossal heads. Suppose there are giant stone heads, some as heavy as elephants, scattered around an ancient city in Mexico. That's the mystery of the Olmec colossal heads. Carved by the Olmec civilization thousands of years ago, these heads are super impressive. We don't know exactly how they made them, but these giant carvings, up to 50 tons, show that the Olmecs were super skilled artists and engineers. It's like having a giant stone mystery hanging around. Number 10. Nazca lines. Imagine giant drawings on the ground, so big you can only see them properly from a plane. That's the Nazca lines in Peru, mysterious etchings made by an ancient civilization thousands of years ago. These lines show animals, shapes, and squiggles that stretch for miles. The people who made them must have been super planners and maybe even knew cool tricks about seeing things from way up high. It's a giant puzzle waiting to be solved. Number 11. Ancient Egyptian prosthetics. Consider replacing a lost toe with wood instead of bionics. The ingenious ancient Egyptians accomplished it about 950 BCE. Guess what archaeologists discovered on a mummy? A wooden big toe. It was worn and repaired. This indicates they walked in it. Its 2 fascinating features make this wooden toe game-changing. First, Egyptian medicine was sophisticated for its period. Second, they understood the body, which enabled them to make this useful prosthesis. When you see a prosthetic limb, recall the ancient Egyptians' wooden toe. Number 12. Geometry and mathematics. The builders of the Great Pyramid were math whizzes. Way back when, they somehow hid clues about special numbers, like pi, stuff about circles, and the golden ratio, a super cool proportion that keeps showing up in nature, in the pyramid's design. This suggests they knew some pretty advanced math, even without fancy calculators. It's like the pyramid is a giant math mystery waiting to be unraveled. Number 13. Battery in Baghdad. Iraq has old batteries. That is what took place with the Baghdad battery. These clay jars with a metal rod and tube inside look like very early versions of batteries. They are thought to be thousands of years old. Some scientists think they might have made a weak electric current, but we don't know for sure how they worked. Adding a small layer of metal to something might have been what they were used for, or maybe they were for something else. It's an interesting puzzle that shows how people in the past were working on ideas that would later become inventions. Number 14. The Cup of Lycurgus. This cup changes color based on how you hold it, making it look like a mood ring. The Lycurgus cup is a really cool Roman glass cup from the 4th century. This juice isn't like other juices. The Lycurgus cup can change colors. It looks bright green when you hold it up to the light. If you look at it from behind and light shines through, it turns red. It wasn't just magic, though, that this trick changed colors. It turns out that the Romans knew a lot about science before anyone else. They mixed very small amounts of gold and silver into the glass in a way that made the light do an interesting thing to our eyes. Number 15. The Book of Voynich. Think about a book with lovely pictures of plants, stars, and other things, but it's written in a language that no one can read. That's the Voynich manuscript, a strange book from the early 1400s that has stumped scholars for hundreds of years. There are bright pictures of strange plants, stars that don't look anything like ours, and naked people relaxing in what looks like hot tubs all over the book. But the writing is what really makes anyone scratch his head. So these are some ancient technologies. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe for more exciting videos like this.